Welcome to the world's first straight talk Solarcast. This is your go-to podcast for answers about solar. Brought to you by Solar Harmonics in Northern California, who invite their customers to own their energy by purchasing a solar panel system for their home, business, or farm. Each episode, we discuss questions facing people making the decision to go solar. The solutions to your questions are given to you straight by one of the leading experts in the solar industry, Jamie Duran, president of Solar Harmonics. Feel free to search our library for answers to questions that you're facing when considering solar. And now, here's Adam Duran, our host with the questions, and Jamie Duran, our solar expert with Straight Talk Solarcast.
Hello, Jamie.
Hello, Adam.
How's everything in the land of solar this week?
Well, the overall land of solar has been quite exciting this week, but the micro level, meaning kind of our area here, has been really warm.
Northern California.
So
yes.
Yeah. So we're talking to people who, and I'm looking at their bills from last year to this year. Their electricity usage is about the same, but their electricity bill is nearly double, and that's pretty brutal.
Wow.
A lot of people. It's just the summer bills, in the high super peak time of the day are pretty staggering. And PG&E just announced another increase for 2025.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's not anyone's favorite. And anyone who has solar, we're talking to, and they, what's your true-up bill? And it can go anywhere from, talking to one customer, the $150 for the year, all the way up to, $4,000 for the year. So people are using more power and it's more expensive. And, solar is an answer, but how much solar is always the question. And so we're continually working with lots of people to either get them caught up or exceed what they're using, exceed what they're projected to use, and then just keep them going, keep them making their own power. So very interesting, never a dull moment for sure. And a lot of people are now, which I understand. And so we're really busy. But on the global scale, one of the biggest companies that makes solar inverters, and that is the box that captures the solar energy from the solar panels, and it inverts it. So the solar panels collect direct current energy and then inverts it to alternate current, which is what we use when you turn on the lights.
Right.
And the biggest one is a company called SolarEdge.
Yes.
And SolarEdge we've talked about because they captured a huge amount of the market when it comes to residential solar installs. So not so much on the commercial side, but quite a few commercial projects use SolarEdge. But we are always looking for indicators, and one big indicator is that the CEO for SolarEdge stepped down this week to somehow aid in the company's full recovery.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. You would think you would need to be there.
He's going to be a cheerleader on the sidelines. Yeah. Go, guys! You can do it.
You can do it.
No.
And their stock is down, 70% or 76% since the beginning of the year. And we've talked in other podcasts. Well, what happens if one of these big companies goes out of business?
Mm-hmm.
And in light of this new information, we thought it would be a good idea to re-talk about it, because if the CEO steps down, that means they're generally, somebody else is coming in, and they could be the hatchet person that's going to lay off everybody.
Wow.
There's all kinds of things.
Yeah.
It's not really a great signal that the company's doing awesome if the CEO resigns. And so, we'll see how it goes. But we want our customers and any of our listeners to be prepared in case this does happen. And so far, what would probably happen if SolarEdge did shut their doors is that anyone who needs a new inverter, and new installs, of course, would not use SolarEdge. But if you have a SolarEdge system, it's kind of the brains of the operation.
Yeah.
And so
right.
each panel, each panel has its own solar optimizer, which means it's a SolarEdge equipment that's installed on the back of each panel. And these are only compatible with SolarEdge inverters. There's other optimizers out there made by different companies, but SolarEdge is kind of the big gorilla.
Oh
And
no.
so,
Ruh-roh.
it's, yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So
no.
we're trying to figure out what would be best for our customers, and we plan to give a no cost, low cost, medium cost, and probably the more realistic cost is going with a backup battery, which has an integrated inverter, and then but that's a full rewiring, getting up underneath each solar panel, removing the solar optimize. So basically, it's a whole nother install without doing the install, and it's going to
Wow.
be ouchy. That'd be kind of worst case. And then we're investigating other inverters, and it's possible that other companies will come out and say, "Oh, well, if SolarEdge is out of business, we can use our inverters to take the place." But these optimizers that make each panel independent from each other.
Hmm.
So if shade hits one panel, it doesn't affect the production of the others. But it also makes it so you can only use SolarEdge with SolarEdge. So we're working through these issues, and I don't think it's going to be inexpensive on any sense. You're probably asking, well, what's the free option? The free option is hoping these inverters do not go bad.
Yeah, but
And
I thought, I mean, this is the thing that's working super hard, right? So,
oh yeah, yeah,
and
and yes,
uh,
and then a lot of people went with SolarEdge and also the LG Chem battery, and because if you wanted a backup battery at the time, then SolarEdge partnered with LG Chem, not LG the company, but LG Chem,
mhm.
affiliated with LG, but not the same. They made their batteries that were compatible with the SolarEdge inverters. And then LG kind of fell out of favor because it almost had a 100% failure rate, which was awesome. So we got to replace everyone's LG batteries, and continuing to replace their LG batteries. We're still having people with those batteries and going bad, and not our favorite. And then SolarEdge came up with their own battery. And so these are the folks that we're really concerned about, because let's just say their SolarEdge goes out and their inverter goes out, and there's nothing to replace it. And so, ouch.
Uh,
I'm not sure what we do, because the system needs an inverter to perform. Without the inverter, there's energy being collected, but it's not going anywhere. And so, we're not so excited about that. And SolarEdge, their inverters come with a standard 12-year warranty and full replacement. They don't pay the replacement of for the labor or
right.
anything. But now, if as an installer, we can buy an extension through SolarEdge, and then that increases it from 12 years to 20 years full replacement. And 20 years is a really long time for any company or any installer to be in business, but that's kind of what the market was really demanding, was at least a 20-year warranty. And so now I'm a little concerned that if SolarEdge does drop, we need to have a solution in place, and we need to get it pretty quickly. And so we're talking with our suppliers and talking with what do you guys got coming out. There is a big trade show coming up in the next 2 weeks, RE Plus, so Renewable Energy Plus. That's in Anaheim,
Mhm.
and so we'll be going down there and talking to some of the inverter manufacturers and saying, "Hey guys, how's it going? And are you ready?" Because we're going to need a solution, and we're going to need a lot. Probably thousands of these inverters, and I like the monitoring solution. We're just not set up to replace all of these things all at once. So it'll be a process. If even happens, who knows? SolarEdge may come back to full recovery with their ex-CEO on the sidelines with his pom-poms and saying, "You can do it,"
Mm.
and maybe somebody can. And but we are going to see some changes for sure. I think that's pretty evident. And in the meantime, new systems and everything, we're recommending a different inverter just to be sure. And so we were really strong on SolarEdge, and we still continue to be strong on SolarEdge. When they're working, we think it's the best inverter out there for residential systems because it produces the most power, it's the most efficient, and when it's not working, it's not the best for sure. So
I don't think when any of them are not working.
When any of them are not working, they're all zeros, and people get really upset for sure. Completely understand, when they're paying 60, 70 cents a kilowatt hour during the summer months, and they are counting on the solar panel system to save them money and save them from these insane electricity bills that frankly people have no idea how they're going to pay for it. So it's getting to be average electricity bill out here in the East Bay is probably $400, and just a couple of years ago it was probably $225. So
wow,
it's a big jump.
Big
jump, and with 2025 coming really fast, I mean less than 3 months now we're away from 2025, and the new increase is coming. It's a good time to go solar is always right now.
Yeah, yesterday. Jeez.
Yeah, and hurry up. Yeah,
but their solar app is also pretty cool. I take a look at my solar production with SolarEdge. Their solar app is really nice.
It is. It's it's very communicative. It's when it's connected to the internet, it definitely lets you know what you're producing and if there's an issue with it, and you can see it really quickly. You just have to pay attention. A lot of people, don't but it is people are busy, they got stuff to do. But yeah, I definitely look at all of our client systems every day, and we address any issue generally before they see it, and it would be great to address that issue and have the company on the other side saying, yep, here's a replacement, and thank you very much, and thanks for keeping us going. But each inverter, they're pretty expensive, and if they need to be replaced, it's not a easy process, but we take it as we can, and we try and take care of everyone. But it's not overnight Amazon delivery, unfortunately.
So,
but anyway,
question, just a very fast one. Yeah. So, if I have a SolarEdge inverter, I mean, my plan of attack here is just to go fingers crossed and hope everything's okay. I shouldn't call my solar installer and say, "Hey, what's your plan if this thing goes wrong?"
That's always my, maybe not call because they're probably pretty busy. But if your solar installer is still in business, that's a plus.
Right.
And maybe send this podcast over to them because they may not even have heard that the CEO of SolarEdge has resigned, and they may not even be aware of this stuff. So it's really, we might be a year, 2, 3 years ahead of time, but that's kind of the whole purpose, right? We want to kind of talk about this so it's not a panic first reaction. And so we are prepared that if SolarEdge does disappear, that by the time that does happen, we will have a solution in place, and hopefully everybody else will too. That doesn't seem to be the way things go in the solar business. So we're working on it. We're working on it. I'm not saying it's inevitable, Adam. I'm not saying. It's just only the CEO stepping down. That's it so far. And most inverters last about 10 years before they die, and so we want to make sure that they're. Yeah, but 10 years is a really long time, and but we've installed some inverters where they last 2 months, and then we got to replace it. So, but some have been in for 15, 16 years, and no trouble at all. So. It's weird. It is very weird. So no consistency with these things, but in general, they're supposed, they're warranted for 20 years, and that warranty is as good as the company that wrote it. So,
okay, great. We're going to wrap it up there. Thank you for taking another few minutes out of your week to learn a little bit more about solar. If you have a question for Jamie for an upcoming episode, you know what to do. Go to our Facebook page, Straight Talk Solarcast, send us a message through there. Jamie will be happy to get to it on an upcoming episode. If you'd like to visit a library of our past episodes, you can go to solarharmonics.com, click on the podcast link at the top of the page, and you'll be taken to that library stretching back years and years and years. It's searchable, so if you have a question, most likely Jamie has already answered it, and there will be a podcast about it. So There you go. How nice is that? If you have a friend considering going solar, this would be a great podcast to refer them to, because it will save them thousands upon thousands of dollars over the life of their system. What better friend is that? We always ask. I don't know. Until next time. See you.
That's all for now. Thank you for listening to this episode of Straight Talk SolarCast with solar expert Jamie Duran. Join us each week for more answers to your solar questions. Speaking of questions, got some? Email us at solarcast@solarharmonics.com and we'll be sure to give you an answer in an upcoming episode. This episode of Straight Talk SolarCast is brought to you by Solar Harmonics, the leading solar energy developer in Northern California, who invite you to own your energy. Visit them on the web at www.solarharmonics.com.